Hello, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes to see if anyone wants a reading. If you are new here, please subscribe, hit the notification button, comment if you will. If you're a return listener or viewer, thank you so very much for being a part of this journey with me. I hope everyone is having a great and wonderful day. We have a friend who is in the process of transitioning, and so we're quite a mess over here in Vegas with the awful weather. Plus, we have a friend who is transitioning from this human world, so we have a lot going on. So if you're here, put your name in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to do a reading for you, a general reading for you, or you can just say hi, introduce yourself, but please hit the notification button and subscribe. We're going to stay on for a short time. Yeah, the other one, Casey, is already been published. Yeah, so it was you had the Ten of Pentacles, you had the Hanged Man, and you had the Judgment. Yes. So even though there's a bit of fear, we talked a little bit about courage and strength. It was also taking a step back and not allowing other people to have any type of control. And it was also coming into a time of transition and transformation. So hello, everybody. If you'd like a reading, put your name in the comments. Or if you're just here to say hi, say hi. It's okay. I hope everybody's doing well and being safe. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Rachel, would you like a reading? I'm doing great, thank you. Waiting for this wonderful storm to happen that we're supposed to be getting here in Nevada, California. Nevada and California, not Nevada, California. All right, so let's see what we have. We have the Queen of Swords, and we also had the Four of Cups, and we also had the Ten of Cups. So the Queen of Swords is about taking your power, taking back control, right? So she is oh, well, thank you. Yeah, and you're welcome. Thank you for coming back. So the Queen of Swords is someone who is a divine feminine that's very powerful, and she is very much capable of writing her own story and following her own path. And she makes the decisions that she needs to make to create the world that she desires to live in, right? She has the quill. We have that saying, the pen is mightier than the sword, right? With the sword, you can cause physical pain, but with the quill, the things that you can write into existence are just amazing. And there's this opportunity for you here to step into that power, to step into that authority, to write what you desire to write, the beginning, the middle, the end, what you desire to write in the future, how you desire to write it, what you're looking for out of it, how it can change your life, the perspective you're looking at from it. So, with the Four of Cups, it's almost as if someone is sitting in this position of comfortability or complacency or uncertainty. But we have the tools hanging on the wall, we have the keys, we have a little bit of stability and balance here. So, even though there may be this feeling of uncertainty and insecurity on how to go about getting perhaps that perfect relationship or that positive family dynamic, or maybe even that happily ever after, you got a kind of good idea um, of what to do. It's just how to initiate it, right? So she is older and she is wise. So I kind of get the feeling that maybe you're being guided to perhaps talk to or have conversations with those who are older than you. So connecting with ancestors, connecting with grandmother or mother figures, connecting with very powerful, independent women who are not afraid to kind of push the boundaries and create an example. And there's also this feeling of you overcoming being betrayed or backstabbed or hurt by someone very close to you. So, and this is a transition, so tens are always transitioning out. So it's like you have this desire to take back control, to obtain, maintain control. And there seems to be a little bit of uncertainty in the heart space on how to go about doing that, right? Because we know what we want and we know what we desire and we know how we feel, but how do we go about making that happen? How do we go about transitioning out of feeling heartbroken and deceived? How do we go about being open to um, new opportunities, new partnerships, new love? How do we go about being open to all of that? So I think you're doing great. I think you're doing great. I think that there is this need to be a little bit more heart-wise, heart-wise, a little bit more open to listening to perhaps maybe the experiences of others, or maybe even being a little bit more open to stepping out of the box and stepping into a little bit more um control. So you said that you're going through a divorce and starting school again at 48, and I can only imagine what that may feel like, stepping out of your comfort zone like that and doing something that is probably pretty nerve wracking. And I appreciate you and applaud you for it. So transitioning out of that Ten of Swords energy, that backstab, that hurt, that pain, and transitioning into that power, that stability, that there's a sense of wisdom. It's like I've been there, I've done that, I know what I have to do to succeed. But there's this feeling of really not or trying to be open to it, but kind of scared in a way. But I think you've got it. The seat that she's sitting on is made of crystals, so you're very much connected to your spiritual side. The cushion behind her is the stars, from the Chariot, I believe, and this talks about really moving forward and taking action. So, I think that you are right where you should be, just being a little bit more open to different opportunities, and perhaps maybe conversations and suggestions from those who may have more experience with starting life over again, right? If someone brings it up in a conversation, or someone is open to talking about it, maybe giving them the benefit of the doubt and just having a short conversation about how you feel and what scares you the most and how they went through it and what got them through on the other side. So I hope that helps. And thank you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so and hit the notification bell. I ask for so much. I know. I'm sorry. Would anyone else like a reading? Is there anyone else here? Anyone else that would like a reading? Or maybe just a conversation, or maybe. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. And share with a friend because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Pamela, hi. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? I have some cards. Would you like me to throw one over for you? Oh, the star. Oh, oh. We have jealousy and trials and tribulations. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Rachel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not so good today. I'm sorry. I send you love. I know I haven't been so good in the last week, but we keep going. We keep going. Okay, so the five of swords is a card of conflict, right? It's a conflict. But the star card talks about how spirit sees the trials and tribulations that you've been through, and spirit appreciates how you've been able to keep going even through the trials and tribulations, even through the pain and the feeling that everything is a constant battle, it's a constant fight. The five of swords is feeling like you're constantly fighting, you're constantly battling, you're constantly feeling the need that you have to compromise this and compromise that in order to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized and realized. And what we don't, I think, understand in the bigger picture is that no matter what we have gone through or what we will go through or what we are going through, um, tomorrow is another day, and then after that is another day, and we're still here, we're still alive, we're still breathing, um, we're still kicking it. So it's I have a tendency to believe that we as humans have a tendency to make things, we magnify things a lot. We magnify things. We take our trials and tribulations and we magnify them to something that we think is bigger than ourselves. But if we took a step back from that, we would see that it's not as big as we perceive it to be, and we don't have to compromise our integrity. And the reason why things seem like they're getting worse or getting worse or getting worse is because we're focusing on the negative side of it, as opposed to trying to find a solution or trying to look at it from a perspective that, we can take this, we can turn it around, and we can make it into something different. And the Three of Pentacles is a confab. It's a conversation with a group of people, and everybody has these different ideas on what should be done, on what needs to be done, on how it needs to be done. And even though everyone has their own ideas, the only one's idea that really matters here is yours. But at least there are people who are trying to bring a little stability and balance to the situation. But even I get that, you kind of feel like the world has been not good, and that the trials and tribulations are maybe a little bit harder and more difficult than they've been in quite some time. But every day that we get up and we do whatever it is that we do, that's a success. That's a win. And yes, there may be trials and tribulations that we feel that we have to fight, or we have to struggle. And I think sometimes that fight and that struggle, we may um, we have a tendency to create that a little bit more than what it truly is, because we're emotionally attached to whatever the situation is. So of course we are going to feel like we're constantly struggling, and we're not evolving, and we're not moving, and we're not succeeding, when if we really took a step back, um, we would get a different perspective of what we're going through, right? Because there are a lot more people out there that have it worse than us. And there are a lot more people out there who would love to be in our shoes with our type of struggling and our type of trials and tribulations. So spirit recognizes the spirit recognizes what you've been through. Spirit also congratulates you on how far you've also come, and sticking to your guns and sticking to whatever it is that you're doing. And even though it feels like life is giving you shit, um, perhaps maybe taking a step back and bringing a little bit of gratitude into the situation, and being grateful for what it is that you do have, instead of giving a lot of attention to how you feel about how things are going, if that makes sense. So the conversation, I mean, I can this the three of pentacles kind of gives me the feeling that what we're going through now, right? I can tell you to do all of these things. You can take that as a suggestion. You can say I'm full of shit. You can move on and go in a completely different direction. So that's kind of what the three of pentacles is, right? So it's like I keep struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling here to find the answers, hoping that I can get it from somewhere or someone, and I'm not really getting what I am looking for. And I think spirit is saying with the star, well, you've already found it. You've already found it. You're just focusing a little bit more on the negative than you are on what you've already found, what you've already achieved, and what you've already accomplished. So take a step back and perhaps look at this from a different perspective, and maybe you'll see what spirit sees. Maybe if it's like opening your spirit eyes and looking at things from the perspective of spirit, as opposed to looking at things through the perspective of the human side of oneself, that is that instant gratification, gotta have it now, can't deal with all this shit, the world is giving me poop and I hate everything. So I hope that helps. Or or maybe it didn't, but I hope it did. There's a lot of people who are going through it. There's a lot of people. I was just talking to a friend of mine today, and he's even having a go. Um, uh, Hello, everybody. Hello, Bixby. Hello, Papu. How are you? I was talking to a friend today, and he's even having a bad go at things. So, PAPU. Celebration. You're taking all of those great ideas and you're putting them into existence. And this is going to be a celebratory time for you. It's either a celebration in your honor. Pappu das, Papu das. This is for you. This is you. This is you. So there's a celebration here. There's you coming into your creativity, your power, your intuition, your connection to spirit and source. There's a lot of ideas you have going on. I see this as the yes, Bixby, yes, Bixie bug. Bixie bug. Yes, you're next. I see this the Ace of Swords as all of these great, wonderful ideas and all of these great, wonderful opportunities, and there's no going back. There should never be going back. There should always be forward, and there should always be um, um, taking those great ideas. I don't know if you guys remember the cartoon when called He-Man, and he got his powers by lifting his sword, and the gods would strike it with lightning, and um, he would become very powerful, right? Is impersonating my face. Is it really? Oh, well, I was going somewhere completely different because Spirit is talking about you having all of these great ideas and putting them into play. I, I think I'd like to let's talk about this for one more minute, and then we'll ask the question about the profile thing. Okay, so okay, so as far as the question if someone is impersonating your Facebook profile or all of that, I'm going with no. Um, because these three cards right here are such happy and celebratory and great ideas and abundance and prosperity and growth and strength and opening up the heart and playfulness and celebration that I don't think that you have anything to worry about from anybody. I mean, you have spirit bombarding you with all of these great, wonderful ideas on how to pursue your business or pursue a new opportunity. And this is a money making opportunity. You have the sun here illuminating all of these great and wonderful ideas. You have the past is the past, and the past is where it will stay. There's a lot of growth here. You speaking your truth, saying what you have to say, being the real version of who you are. And it's just all this wonderful celebratory playfulness. So, no, I don't think anyone is impersonating you. I don't think anyone is out to get you. I don't think anyone is trying to sabotage you. I think you have a great opportunity here, and you should focus more on this wonderful opportunity than you should on if anyone is trying to impersonate you or not. Because this is all just wonderfully beautiful, amazing. It's actually really, really good. So is someone trying to impersonate you? Doubtful. Yeah, no. Do you have some great, wonderful ideas that you're looking to put forward into maybe kind of like a business opportunity or something? And if that's the case, then I'd say go for it because it's going to turn out in your favor and it's going to be a wonderful thing. So don't worry about anyone impersonating you. Impersonation is the best form of flattery, so I've heard. Um, but this is just all so great. uh, oh, love, 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 love. Oh, I got some love, love, love cards the other day. Bixie bug. We're gonna do the everyday witch first, and then I'll throw out some of those lovey-dovey cards. Yeah. All right. We're talking about love, spirit, 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 spirit. We're talking about love for Bixie Bug. Is there any intuitive messages, though, that we have? So hold on a second. Hold on a second. Um, So Bixie Bug, I keep hearing, it's funny. It's going to be funny. It's funny, but I keep hearing the statement bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's like when someone wakes up in the morning and they're like that really up morning person, the person that just rolls out of bed and just can go and have the time of their life, their day, their week, their year, and being all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and really not needing anything else. Just it's like there's this the words that I'm hearing in my head is there is this power that invokes you to be the best version of yourself every single day. And that means you starting your day with optimism and opportunity and love and excitement. And I just kind of want to, I feel like one of those little dogs that has a very short tail, and I just want to wiggle my butt. Um, and that's kind of like how I feel at the moment with you, your energy for you. It's like this bubbly little short-tailed dog wagging my butt, and I'm all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I um, just want to go, and I just want to be happy, and I just want to do things, and all of that. So just me, yes, I will get to you right after Pixie Bug. It's like all of that. So there's this, and it's almost like with this excitement, like with the tail wagging kind of thing, and I can't stop doing it. I'm actually doing it in my chair. People are attracted to you. All sorts of people are attracted to you. And maybe sometimes even people with low vibrational energy are attracted to you because that's just how light your bright your light burns. It attracts many people of all different types, right? And some people, some good people, and some people, and they're attracted to you because you have this essence about you that's just very exciting and very happy. I feel like I'm jacked up on so much caffeine. I just can't stop wiggling. So let's see what spirit has to say. All right, here we go. Okay. So we have the 8 of Wands. So something coming in really, really fast. Ooh, really, really fast. We have balance, temperance, 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 and keep your eye on the prize. Okay. So where were we? Because oh, okay. So love. So it feels like there's something coming in, and it's a quick moving energy. Quick, 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 fast, 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 hurry, 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 go, go, go. I think the downside of the 8 of Wands energy, and even though it's fire, passion, that kind of thing, I think that even though it is a great energy, a great, quick, fast moving, passionate energy of growth and fire and all of that. I think the downside is that maybe sometimes it can be a little too quick and things can happen a little too fast. And it can take you on a journey that may be exciting, but it also may be could be throwing you a little bit off balance as well, which is why we have the temperance, right? The temperance is like, yeah, go out, have fun, celebrate, step into new opportunities, grow, open your heart, do all these wonderful things. But we have to make sure that we're taking care of our physical self too, and our emotional self and our spiritual self, and taking care of our heart and what we're putting in our body and what we're doing physically to our body, right? We have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves when we're out there filled with energy and everyone is coming to us. And there's this light about you that I just talked about, how people are attracted to you. And I don't know if you protect yourself, if you have that little bubble or boundaries to where people aren't using your energy or trying to absorb energy off of you, because that's the type of energy that it is, right? So there's this wonderful, quick moving, passionate, growing energy, and it's full of prosperity and abundance and growth. But the temperance is like, got to make sure you're taking care of yourself too. So I know we're talking about love, and I kind of think that there is someone coming toward you, or something, an energy that matches yours coming toward you. And I think that it's going to be such a powerful energy, or powerful coming together, that it may kind of, and it may sound weird, but it may kind of catch you off guard, right? Because we're talking about all of these people who are connected, or who are attracted to you and your energy. And this may be someone who kind of equals that energy. Um, so the temperance is about being balanced and staying focused, and not getting distracted by all the people who are trying to get a little bit of you and your energy, because that's what you give off. Um, and saying something. So if people are in your energy, and they're in your energy way too much, and you're becoming very tired quickly, you have to speak up. You have to speak your truth. You have to know when to set boundaries, and how to set boundaries, and what to say to people, to make sure that they understand that, look, I know that I'm great and exciting to be around, duh, but there's only so much that I can give. And there has to be a point to where, you turn that off. You got to turn that thing kind of off. And I get the feeling that you know that, right? That you know how to turn it off, and how to turn it on, and how to, take care of your physical self, mental self, emotional self, and spiritual self. But sometimes there are people who don't know, they don't know, no, they don't know, I can't do this, or I'm not. Um, so yes, I do feel like there is something coming in. I do feel like this person will match your energy. I do feel like there's a little bit of growth and abundance here, but there also has to be a little balance too. And there has to be this focused, right? Because if we are focused too much on the love side of it, then we're not paying enough attention to whatever else we need to. And if we're focused on this side of it, then we're not giving attention to what we need to over here. So we have to make sure that this is a balanced energy. Does that make sense? And you have the answers. The wise man says, you have the answers, my dear. You have the answers that you're looking for. So set boundaries. Take care of you physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and stay focused and stay on target. You have the answers. You'll do fine. I hope that helped. And thank you for allowing me thank you for being open with your energy, because it's a very fun energy, and it's a very high octane energy. And it felt really good, because I was having a really shitty day. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I think we had just me. Is just me still here? And then Pisces, hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Oh, Lord, what did I do? Hold on one second. One second. Give me 1 second, please. And then I'll be right back with you. One second. Shareable link. Okay. Casey, the link to that live I just posted. So you can go there and find your reading that I did for you earlier. Pisces, hi. Just me, there you are. Do you see me driving before October 31st? Driving. Is it this is just a general question. Is it like truck driving, like semi truck driving, like cross country driving, that kind of thing? I will, Pisces, I will. You would be next. A car. A car. Where am I? Just me. No one other. Oh, you're investing in a car. Well, you're investing in a car, then I would go yes. I would say that. The 6 of Pentacles is about um it's about giving and receiving, right? And the Magician is that spark of inspiration, right? So this is what I want to do. I want to step into. That's that spark of inspiration. Strength card is having the courage and the strength to step out on your own and taking the ideas or the opportunity that you have and making it your own and kind of moving that energy in whatever direction you desire it to go. So if this question is um investigating in a car, you're just not on the road, I'm investigating a car, I would say yes. That yes, you would. This says this is a yes. The Magician is a yes. The Sense of Pentacles is a an opportunity. It's a being open to giving and taking. And the Strength card is having the strength and the courage to do it. So with that, I would say yes. I would also say to protect yourself. I would also say that I would say not just spiritually protect yourself, but I would say physically protect yourself as well. um and the words that I am hearing is difficult position, difficult situation. So regardless of what your job is, being out there on the road or whatever it is that you're doing, you could come into some difficult positions or difficult um, situations, right? So the strength and the courage card, it talks about having the power to navigate that energy and doing what you need to do. But there's also that sense of taking precaution and taking care, if that makes sense. So just watching your back and being very careful and taking precautions where precautions are needed. Um, but the Magician is creating a spark for something different and something new. Um, and the Strength card is about stepping into that courage. So yeah, yes is the answer to the question. Pisces. Pisces was next, I believe. Yes, Melanie, you may. Anthony, hello. Nita, how are you? Okay, so Pisces, I think this is good. I think that there is an opportunity for you, and it's a money making opportunity, perhaps maybe a job, perhaps maybe an investment opportunity, perhaps maybe it's going into business with somebody else. But this is something that is pretty stable and it's pretty. And I love how they're looking at each other, because we have the Knight of Pentacles over here, which talks about the opportunity, and we have the Emperor over here being very devoted to that opportunity. But then we have the Five of Pentacles here, which talks about being left out, talks about being cast aside, talks about, is Brian taking action toward me? I do like him, but there's no movement. That's funny because there's no movement here either. And there's this feeling of being cast out or cast aside or abandoned or maybe shunned a little bit. But the Emperor card is a card of kind of it's mapping out a plan, right? It's looking towards what is happening and what's going on and trying to bring a resolution to it, right? So even though there is no movement, and even though there may be this feeling left out and feeling abandoned or shunned, not really sure what's happening or what's going on, there's also this sense of someone creating some sort of a plan or creating some sort of a an idea to move towards you or towards that. So let's do one more card because I'm interested in what we're doing. Yes, there is quick movement energy. Look at that. So, yes, there is movement. It's just not happening at the moment. It's almost like this person is planning something. Now, I don't know if it's planning something for you and them or planning something for their future, and they're just totally invested in their future at the moment, and they're not really invested in whatever else is going on. But there is movement here, or there will be movement here. It just kind of seems that that they're either trying to create this energy around something, or they're trying to do something for themselves, trying to do something for themselves, trying to do something for you, trying to do something for the both of you, making plans for themselves. They're fighting for something, looking for something, wanting to do something, and it's taking longer than expected, but there is movement with the the Eight of Wands energy. So I think eventually there will be communication, there will be movement toward you. But as you said right now, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles in the traditional tarot is someone looking for guidance, right? They're looking for that saving grace. They're looking for someone who can help them through this time. And I kind of feel that if you were to maybe start doing things that were beneficial for you and not focus so much on why the lack of movement, that movement would start happening. Does that make sense? It's like watching a pot of water boil, right? It never boils when you watch it. In anything in life, when we want it bad enough and we're constantly waiting for it to happen, it seems like it never happens, right? So if we continue on with living our life and doing what we're doing and doing what we like to do and pursuing our wants, needs, dreams, and desires, then we're not constantly focusing on something and constantly focusing on that something not doing anything. So I would suggest and say that continue to do your thing and allow this person to do their thing. And then when they're ready to make that move and there is movement, it will happen. But if we're focusing on that person not moving, then that's all we're going to be focused on. And that's all we're going to think about. And that's all we're not going to see. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. All right. So if you're new here, please subscribe. That would be great. Hit the notification button. You're so welcome. All right. So Anthony, hi. Is Anthony still here? And Melanie and Anthony. Melanie, Anthony, and so what? Melanie, Anthony, and so what? Melanie, Anthony. Okay. Does it matter to you guys what order I do them in? Melanie answered first. I'll do Melanie and Anthony, or you guys can talk about it amongst yourselves. Does it matter? I mean, we're all going to get cards, so it shouldn't be a to-do. We're all going to get one. Okay, so you're welcome. All right, Melanie. Do you like country music? This is gonna be so random. Melanie, do you listen to country music? You're welcome, Casey. Oh, good, because the song that I'm hearing coming through for you is a George Strait song. And, the moment that I picked up the deck, the song "I Cross My Heart" came through for you, and I'm feeling a little bit, melancholy about it, a little bit sad. So I don't know if this was a song that was very important to you or important to someone in your family who may no longer be with us. But it's giving me like emotional vibes. Like I'm feeling a little bit teary-eyed about it. Um, so let me know if that resonates. George Strait, I Cross My Heart. Oh, oh. Okay. Well, for some reason that song came through and it was very touching, very emotional. So that could be perhaps a message from a loved one, because it just popped in. It was just there. It wasn't there before, but it was there then. So I will leave you with that message, and then we're going to get into your tarot message. So the King of Pentacles in the tarot is called the Midas touch man. Everything he touches turns to gold. Very open to anything and everything. Very open. I'm sorry about the cat in the background. Very stable, very abundant, very prosperous, very much looking towards their dreams and desires. And then we have the Ace of Wands. And I love how the bird in the Ace of Wands is looking at the King of Pentacles because it's almost as if they're collaborating into doing something. And aces are always gifts from spirit, and they're always also about change. And there's a new path set out here, a path of gold, a golden road, set out here into this new city. And then we have the Ace of Swords again, with the aces, new opportunities, new ideas, success. So this almost makes me feel, Melanie, as if you may be offered to go into business or a collaboration or a partnership with someone that takes you on a completely different path, a completely different journey. And if you are open to it, this opportunity or this journey has the potential of bringing you a lot of success. And it also has the potential of taking you to this could be traveling. It could be visiting another city. I'm having this pain in my chest. And I'm finding a little bit hard to breathe. It is, in the center to the left. I'm just finding it very hard to breathe, to focus, concentrate. So I'm not sure if this is the same person coming through. Perhaps maybe um, it's just weird. It's just this pain here. I'm going here and here. You can't see it. um, Okay. So yeah, it's so we need to breathe through it. There is boxing breathing. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's an inhale of 4. Hold it for 4. I do 4 because I can't do 8. I can do 8, but I'm just too lazy to do 8. So I inhale for 4, I hold it for 4, I exhale for 4, and close my eyes and kind of breathe into it, right? Kind of allow myself to relax into it. 4, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, there's a lot of anxiety I'm feeling in the chest, a lot of the inability to kind of breathe, lightheadedness, that kind of thing, and it just hit me like that. So what I'd like to say, talk about is maybe, I don't know if you work with grounding, clearing your chakras, doing meditation, visualization meditation, or walking meditation, but something that will help you kind of ease through that anxiety because I'm really feeling it. And just like I was really feeling Bixby's excitedness and tail wagging, I'm really feeling this anxiety and this stress. It almost feels like um, it's almost like an anxiousness, anxiety. So I do feel though that things are changing for you. I do. Um, I hear you. I hear you. So it seems like that. And here's what I want to say, that um, sometimes the anxiety hits us the worst when things are coming into our lives that we are not um, privy to, if that makes sense. So spirit is up there going, we recognize everything that you've been doing, and we recognize the hard work that you've put in. And now we're going to drop this change on you. And you're like, well, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait, give me a minute to prepare for the change. But unfortunately, spirit doesn't, spirit doesn't look at it like that, like we do. Spirit's like, no, we're going to bring these great ideas, and then we're going to bring someone who can take those ideas and put them into reality, and then we're going to offer you an opportunity to travel so you can bring those ideas to somebody else, and everything is going to be great and wonderful, and then you're going to be invited to all of these things, and life is going to be good and life is going to be great, and you're going hyperventilating because you're going, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. I said I want change. I didn't say dump it all on me at the same time. Give me some time to ease into it, spirit. Give me some time to ease into it. So it does feel like there is change coming. And that anxiety kind of thing that I think you're feeling is the feeling the change coming, which is why the anxiety feels like it's turned up to 11 now, as opposed to the kind of low level anxiety. Now it feels like it's 11, and I just keep wanting to banter, and my mouth is dry and my heart is pounding, and I'm going, geez, what the fuck is going on here? And spirit is like, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Just ease into the change. And you're like, well, how do I ease into the change when you're dumping the change on me? I mean, just like bam, right there in my lap. And I have to make these quick decisions and quick movements. And that's what life is all about. It's all about the exciting change. And we have to recognize that the anxiety is what we're feeling in connection to the change that's coming. So we have to kind of ease into that. And as we ease into that, we ease into the change, and it makes the transition feel less anxious, if that makes sense. So breathe, relax. Welcome the change. And if things get a little bit too chaotic, and if things feel like they're turned up to 15 or 16, you can ask spirit to dial it back a little bit. I still accept the change. Just dial it back a little bit. I hope that helps. Thank you, Melanie. I hope that helps. So let me drink some water. Let me drink some water. And if you're not already a subscriber, please feel free to do so. And thank you. All right. So, Melanie. Anthony. Is Anthony still here, please? And you guys, I sometimes, when I'm in the energy, I get kind of long winded. So if I get a little bit long winded, you can tell me that you got it. Say, look, I got it. I understand. Thanks. Bye. Anthony, he stuck around through that. Thank you, Anthony. All right. That's funny because Anthony, the song that I'm hearing for you, I don't think it makes sense because it's a country song as well. And it popped right into my head. And it's Loretta Lynn. And it would make, you know what? It doesn't make sense to me, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't make sense to you. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Right. This is for Anthony Miller. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at that. You got 2 major arcana cards and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so here's what I want to say about the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a non-follow througher. The Knight of Cups isn't anyone who follows through, right? They make these promises. Now it's a great card. It's loving, it's encouraging, it's compassionate, it's receptive, it's love, it is all of that. But there is also this sense with the Knight of Cups that they have the inability to follow through on promises that are being made. Anthony, the song that came through was Loretta Lynn's You're Not Woman Enough. You're not woman enough to take my man. The chorus of the song, women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you can buy them anywhere. For you to get to him, I have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. Anyway, Loretta Lynn's You're Not Woman Enough. So the Knight of Cups card is the inability to follow through. Heart on the sleeve, really wants to give, really wants to show appreciation, recognition, has the desire to make all of these promises, but doesn't have the inability to follow through on the promises. So there is this transition, this transformation that's coming for you. The Judgment is kind of like the death card, but other than disconnecting and releasing, it's this whole phoenix rising out of the fire kind of thing. It's going through hell, and it's like you went through hell, you kept on going, you're coming out on the other side, and you had to release a whole lot of things and let a whole lot of things go, but here you are, and you're rising up out of the ashes. You're right. It's like the mother of dragons rising up out of the ashes, and the fire can't touch me. I'm reborn. I'm here. I've walked through hell, and I've made it through the other side. And there's no more dealing with trials and tribulations. There's no more dealing with people in their bullshit. We only have one thing on our mind, and that one thing is success. That one thing is achievement. And we're using our intuition to get there. And we're not going to deal with people who are making false promises, and we're not going to deal with people who try to play on our sensibilities or our compassion or our desire to be loved or wanted or needed. We have come through the thick of it. We have come out on the other side, and we are rising above the trials and tribulations and the drama, and we are now looking for success. And we're not letting anyone stand in our way. For the people in the back, Anthony is not letting anyone stand in the way. So there may be someone who comes into your life who sees what you have been through and what you've overcome. And this person may try to convince you that they are here or are there for you in all of these different ways, right? But when we come, it's like when we come through the ashes, when we come through the thick of it and we get on the other side, there will always be people who want to be around us because they recognize our strength and our courage. And there will always be those people who will try to um, convince us that they're there for us. This is what I want to do for you. This is what I can offer you. This is what I can achieve or we can achieve when we're together. And when things start to, kind of fall into place, the Knight of Cups is someone who gets kind of freaked out about it and is able to kind of follow through, and then they kind of move on. And that's not the drama that you want, and it's not the drama that you're looking for. So I would say that if there are people who come into your life during this rebirth, renewal, ascension, if you will, if there are people who come into your life, it's better to just skip it, because when you skip it, you're skipping the fucking drama. You're not dealing with the people making false promises and then having to clean up the mess that they leave behind. So it's better to just look, the clarity card. It's better to just be clear on what you want, what you need, what you desire, what you're looking for, and where you're going, as opposed to getting involved in or tangled up with people who don't even know what they want, need, desire, or where they're going, if that makes sense, because that just will distract you from what you're doing. And you're all over here about success and about not being part of the drama and using your intuition and seeing everything clearly is the best course of action. I hope that made sense. I hope that I answered any questions that you had that you didn't get the chance to ask. I don't usually ask questions. I just usually kind of jump in, and I hope that helped. So thank you, Anthony, for allowing me to read for you today. And if you're not already just a subscriber, please subscribe. That would be great. Thank you. Okay, so what was next? Where am I going? So what? So what? So what? Hello, John. Okay, so we have so what if you're here, Nita if you're here, and John if you're here. How did work go for Jordan today? Ooh, okay. Well, let's see. How did work go for Jordan today? You know what? In my head, I hear voices and they're cussing. It's like they're pissed, annoyed, venting almost. You know how when you've had a shitty day at work and you come home and you just want to bitch about everything that has happened, and there have been people who annoyed you and irritated you and just annoyed you and irritated you, and just you were just done with it, and didn't want to deal with anybody for the rest of the day. You're just like, break open the bottle of wine, run the bubble bath, lock all the doors, shut all the shades in the windows. The Five of Wands is just a really chaotic energy here, and there's a lot of questions put to Jordan. Had to make a lot of decisions, and these decisions, it kind of felt like, put people in a bad mood. The Five of Wands is an uncertain kind of energy, and it's like one person says something to somebody, and that somebody says something to somebody else, and that somebody else says something to somebody else, and it was just a little chaotic and frustrating. And I can hear in my head cussing and carrying on and all of that. But we have the King of Cups, so either Jordan had someone at the end of the day that was just like, you know what, let's leave it all behind. Let's just go. We'll have a drink. We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll release the frustration and the anxiety. We'll release the responsibilities that were placed on your back today, and we're just going to let it go, and we're just going to release it. And tomorrow is a new day. And it feels like that he had someone there to kind of, or he was just like, done. Um, pour me a glass and leave the bottle. So it's that kind of feeling. Oh, well, he definitely needed you. He definitely needed you because it was a very frustrating day. But yeah, it kind of feels like normally, Jordan feels like the kind of person whose feet planted firmly on the ground, loves to have fun, loves to travel, looks toward the future, and is very lighthearted and very caring. But sometimes when you have a lot of responsibilities put on your shoulder and everybody is nipping at your heels, you just want to shake the shit out of somebody and say, I'm done. I'm done, and I wash my hands, and then I'm out. And I know that's not a viable option, not for anyone. So it feels like you had a lot of responsibility put on their shoulders today, and it felt like it got really toxic and frustrating, and it felt like that they could have very much used, they could have very much needed that escape, right? So if you're able to make a phone call, if you're able to just talk over the phone, or go see them, or maybe have a drink or take them out to dinner or whatever, to kind of get them out of that little frustrating feeling, that would be helpful. Just even a conversation over the phone and allowing them to vent is helpful as well. So I hope that answered your question. I hope that was helpful. Let's pull this card. Yeah, look, love. All they need is love. All you need is love, because love is all they need. So yeah, it's love. Love is all they need. They'll be fine. We all have those days to where we just want to go, I give up. But tomorrow's another day, and all they need is love. A little bit of love, a little bit of shoulder to cry on, someone to talk to. They'll be fine. So if you haven't already, darling, if you wouldn't mind subscribing and hitting the notification button, that would be great. Thank you. And I hope that helps. All right. Nita and John. Is Nita or John here? Thank you guys so much. This is the longest I've ever done a live. I'm going on 1 hour and 7 minutes. This is the longest. I'm trying to establish a business and a foundation here. And this is the longest I've ever done a live. So you guys have been great. And I appreciate all of you so very much. Please know that. Thank you. Nita. Nita, I hear a song, and it's a love song. It's a love song. Huh. Interesting. Thank you, Nita. It is kind of fun, isn't it? Oh, a card hit the floor. Hold on. Okay, so Nita with the Nine of Swords, there's a little bit of uncertainty here. And Spirit wants you to know that sometimes we kind of have a tendency to get in our head and to overthink things a lot. And we as humans have a tendency to kind of just talk ourselves out of pretty much anything and everything. And there's also a little imbalance here. So what I think is going on is I think that what I think is going on is I think that there's this feeling of nothing moving, there's this feeling of stagnation. There's this feeling of being kind of insecure and doubtful and imbalanced, if that makes sense. Um, what Spirit wants you to know with the Nine of Swords is that even though we may be in our head a lot, and even though we may overthink things a lot, and even though we may seem imbalanced a lot, that tomorrow is another day. And that perhaps if this, whatever it is that you're in your head about, can be put off until tomorrow, that perhaps maybe that would be the best course of action. And here's what I want to ask you, though. I want to ask you, do you think that there are other people around you who may be putting these insecure, uncertain ideas in your head? Because sometimes when we are looking for success and we are gravitating towards success and we're feeling good and we're looking good and we can feel or see success within our reach, sometimes there are people who will come into our lives intentionally, just to intentionally trip us up and get us off balance to where we feel that we're not making any progress whatsoever. There are actually people out there who intentionally will try to screw up someone's forward path or forward movement or opportunity. And with the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords together, that may kind of be what's going on in the background. There could be people who may be in your head a little bit, toxic people who may be in your head a little bit, who are trying to get you a little bit imbalanced or not focused on your success, that they are so oh nitpicky and they could like tearing things apart, like if you were to walk in and say, I have this great idea, they would be the first ones to rip it all apart to where you wouldn't even think that your idea was good anymore. So we have all of these people kind of intentionally, and this is what I want to say about the Two of Pentacles. This is what I want to say about the Two of Pentacles. It is not your responsibility or your obligation to give a shit what other people care about, because the moment you give a shit on how other people feel and how other people care about what you say or what you do or what you need or what you want, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that's the moment that we give our power to them. And then they know how to use that power against us. So we have to stand in our power. We can't let people kind of shake us up. We can't let people navigate us towards something toxic or something different or something we can't let people navigate us toward their perspective. We have to hold our own, if that makes sense. And the Emperor is someone who is very loyal, and it seems like someone who is fighting on your behalf. The Emperor seems like someone who is fighting on your behalf. He's a person that's very gentle and very loyal, but he can play hardball when he wants to be, or when he wants to. And that beacon that's in his hand right here is kind of like the light of truth, right? Kind of shining the way. So I don't know if you're working with somebody, a lawyer, or someone from a union or something like that, but this person is very much of authority, very much has a plan to make whatever needs to work, and is very loyal and faithful, but can also be very brazen and to the point as well, if that makes sense. Oh, currently battling with my former employee for wrongful termination due to COVID. After 15 years, they kept hiding records and playing unfairly. So I'm having to file in district court to find the corruption of whistleblowers because I feel he's reported corruption. Good for you for reporting. Are you working with someone? That the Emperor kind of makes it feel like you're working with someone, maybe a lawyer or somebody of authority. So yeah, just there's a journey. as well. I think this is more along the lines of I don't think it's a physical journey as much as it's a journey. It's a journey of truth. It's a journey of exploration. Um, it's a journey of finding oneself and finding one's truth, because we have the lantern of the hermit, and then we have the spark of inspiration, and then we have the staff, which is balance and stability, and we have the spark, and then we have the half moon, which is the intuition. I do think that you are being guided to someone, if that makes sense. And I know that may sound wonky or weird. Um, maybe it's wonky or weird, but I kind of feel that you're being guided to someone who will be very loyal to your cause, someone who will see what you're doing is just, if that makes sense. Someone who almost sees the corruption as you see the corruption, and who is there to fight with you, by your side, who recognizes and understands everything that you have been through. So this is not just um a spiritual journey. I kind of feel like it's a personal journey as well. So I hope that makes sense. When you feel like um, things are not going your way, when you get very much in your head, um, make sure that you take a break. Make sure that you take a step back, and make sure that you look at all of the work that you've put in it and how many people you are helping in regards to what you have done. And regardless of how small the success is, it is still a success. And that's something that you should be patting yourself on the back for, and appreciating yourself, recognizing the good that you've done, and don't let other people get in your head. The only reason why they would even attempt to get in your head is because they know that what you're doing is a good thing, and they see the success that you will have in the long run, which means they won't. So don't let people trip you up with their words. Don't let people trip you up with their judgment. You stay on course, because what you're doing is a good thing, and the journey that you are on will be beneficial in the end. It will. So I hope that helps, Nita. I hope that helps. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Share with a friend or two, and hit the notification button. And I greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So again, 1 hour, 17 minutes. Thank you, everyone who has come in, allowed me to read for you. I thank you so very much. I appreciate you so, so very much. Um, Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification button, and share. Sharing is caring. And until next time, talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye. Oh, please wait. Please wait. Um, THREVO. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm here. You can ask a question, sure, if that's what you like. I keep hearing stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Birds keep flying in front of my car. A lot. Are you asking why? Oh, a lot of other things in your life are altering. Oh, this is exciting. Um, Okay, so it could be. Okay, hold on, hold on. Yeah, this is a, yeah, okay. So the first thing I kind of feel is like this is a transition, a transformation. Does that make sense? It's a journey. It's moving away from something that is no good for you, right? There's something going on in your life, people who are around you that are no good for you. And where you are, the physical place where you are, it's not a good place for you either. So it feels like spirit is trying to maybe perhaps warn you about the place where you are, and maybe some people that you're around are not good for you whatsoever. Not good. It's bad. They're the place is bad, the people are bad. The Page of Wands is about moving in a different direction, physically moving in a different direction, physically moving toward a place that you're passionate about, that you're excited about, and moving away from something that isn't good for you. It's moving away from something that's not good for you, moving away from the negativity, moving away from the 7 of swords is someone who is conniving, someone who is selfish, backstabbing, conniving, untruthful, wears mask, may steal, may lie, may manipulate to get what they want. So the Page of Wands and the 7 of Swords is about you moving away from all of that negativity and thinking about what. No, 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 not saying the 7 of Swords is you, saying the 7 of Swords is somebody who could be in your life. So this is you moving away from this negativity, this bad juju, this somebody being deceitful or manipulative. Yes, moving away. So these two are moving away, and this one is coming into ideas on what direction would be best, would be benefit you. So the broom is behind, so this is not going backwards, right? This is moving forwards. And this is ideas. See all the birds? See all the birds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds. And there's one right there. That makes 7. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds, right? So the birds are all about giving ideas, right? These are ideas. This is what we think. This is spirit saying that spirit thinks it would be a great idea if you moved away from all of this negativity that's been around you and move in a completely different direction. If you were to do that, you'd be happier with your life, right? There would be more joy, more happiness, more compassion, more, and you'd feel better about yourself, if that makes sense, right? You'd feel better about yourself. You'd be able to speak your truth. You'd be able to stand in your power. You would be able to get excited about your life and do the things that you want to. So all of these things that have been happening to you has been spirit's way of saying there must be a change. There must be a change. There has to be a change in your life, because with no change, you're going to keep going through the same thing, same thing, same thing, right? And spirit can only give you so many messages before you either recognize that, yes, spirit, I recognize, I see the messages that you're giving me, but what direction do I move? What do I do? How do I get out of this, right? um so it's moving away from the toxicity, it's moving away from the negativity, it's moving away from the corruption, right? Down a new path towards something else, something better, something that you're excited about. It may seem like it's difficult to get away from the negativity, but sometimes we have to cut people off. Sometimes we have to keep people at arm's length. Sometimes we have to say, you know what? I can't I can't I can't be a part of this relationship anymore, or a part of this partnership anymore. And then you find your own way and you build up from there. But the longer you stay around the toxicity, the more toxicity you're going to have. The longer you stay around the negativity, the more negativity you're going to have. And the more spirit will try to continue to show you what it is that they desire you to do for you, if that makes sense. Oh. Well, I can say that, I can say that change is coming. I can say that spirit desires for you to have the change, but it's not enough for you to have the change. It's not enough for spirit to present the change to you. There has to be this desire to want to make the change, right? And I know sometimes it can be difficult. Um, you can ask spirit, source, God, whatever it is that you believe. um, you can ask for a little bit more direction, as opposed to the signs that you've been having, right? Kind of ask spirit, source, God, if they can kind of like shrink it down a little bit into something that makes sense, right? That's great. Great. I wish you the best of luck. I very, very much do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. That I'd be greatly appreciative. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We had Nicola, and we had Honey Skull, and we had Tracy. Okay. So Nicola, Honey Skull, and Tracy. Whoever responds first, because everybody's going to get a reading. So whoever says hi first. Honey Skull. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Now. Everybody's going to get a reading. This isn't one of those places where we hop, skip, and jump. Everybody gets treated equally here. Okay, Honey Skull, here we go. Does M miss me? Any details? Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Well, come out if you want to. Mm. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, Tracy, you're next. Okay. So, Honey Skull, it kind of seems like there was a very intense moment. It seems like there was a little misunderstanding, altercation, hurt, bad words, negative words, backstabbing. There's a little negativity in that Ten of Swords card. You know what I'm saying? However, there's also the Judgment, and this is a this. Well, the Ten of Swords isn't good. The Ten of Swords isn't good. Yeah, there's a little bit of hurt feelings there. There's a little bit of not niceness there. Not niceness. But hey, the upside is that we have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is that person who has been hurt and is coming through it. Is coming through it on the other side. It's going to take a little time, I'm not going to lie. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take a little time. But there is a change. The Judgment is a transition. It is a change. It's kind of like that phoenix coming out of the fire. It's someone that has been through it and coming back up. And it you know what, it almost makes me feel like that even though you were a little harsh, they may be a little bit of a drama queen. Um, it's kind of like, you ever tried cutting a dog's toenails and then they start screaming and yelling, but you're doing it to benefit them, you know? So you may have been a little bit harsh, but it seems like they may have internalized it and took it a little too far. You know what I'm saying? So now they get to be the martyr. They get to come out of the fire and rise through the ashes like the phoenix and be this great, ever powerful one. Right? Ugh, right? But but there's also a little bit of patience there, you know? I mean, think about it. People have arguments, people have, disagreements, people have fight. One goes one way, the other goes another way. There's a little bit of patience that's needed for everybody to come back together and bring a little bit of clarity to the situation. I hope that you are able to speak your truth and they are able to speak their truth when you do come back together and there's some clarity here. But this is going to take a minute because they are all in their I'm the victim here mode right now. So, but this is a learning lesson for everyone involved. And I think it will be mended, but there's going to be some clarity on both sides. Everybody gets to speak their piece, hopefully, and then we can move on from there. But right now, they're in their little, you know, their little transformation, phoenix rising out of the fire kind of thing. Um, no, it doesn't. I think no. To be honest, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't seem like they do at all. It kind of seems like they're very much um, in this moment of transition, of healing. It kind of makes me wonder if they are a very spiritually inclined person because the judgment card and all of that transformation, phoenix rising out of the fire thing. I'm going to need a little bit of time and I'm going to need a little patience to kind of go through this and kind of feel what it means and what does it not just mean for me emotionally, but what it means for me spiritually and what it needs for me um psychologically. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of meditating on it and I'm going to have to do a little bit of grounding and I need a little time to kind of release the energy here. It kind of feels like that sort of thing, you know? So they're very much in that moment of needing their space and their time to release any energy and to focus on what was said and to focus on what happened and to find clarity in the situation. And then when they do, they'll come back and then they'll have a conversation and we'll talk about it. And then what happens, Spirit? Oh, look, Spirit guides. We're going to talk to our spirit guides and we're going to get clarity on the situation. But I think, to be honest, I don't think they miss you. I think they're in this moment of trying to figure out what happened. And I think it's going to take a minute. But I think there's going to be clarity there. And regardless if you get it from each other or from your spirit guides, the clarity is where the clarity is, right? Doesn't have to come back if he doesn't want to. I don't know. Does he want to though? Right? And the Knight of Pentacles is that extension of something. You can see that he's extending something. So maybe he'll be the one to. Oh, there's a little bit of work on self here. There's a little bit of work on self. That Eight of Pentacles is someone working on themselves. So perhaps maybe the reason why this is taking him a little bit more time, is because he realizes that he was being rude and he realizes that he needs to do the work on himself. And in the meantime, perhaps maybe you can do a little bit of work on yours. Maybe everybody can do a little bit of work on themselves and maybe see the clarity that is needed in how the situation happened and how the situation came to the conclusion that it did. So if you're doing work on yourself and he's doing work on himself, perhaps the two of you can kind of come together when the time comes and maybe work out the solution here. But we also have spirit guides, and I'm doing the whole meditation thing and connecting with your spirit guides or whomever you think that whomever it is that you get your answers from on a spiritual level. We just met. I hope that helps, and I hope I answered the question. And thank you for allowing me to read. Thank you so much. Okay, so who was next? Who was next? Who was Does he like you still? Oh, okay. Let's see. I think it was Victoria that was next. Okay, so does he like you still? We have the world card, and the world card is change. The world card is change. The world card is change for the better. And the interesting thing about the world card is that when one door closes, another door opens. So we ask the question, does he like me still? I would say with the world card, yes, but the world card is also change. The world card is also walking out of one chapter and walking into the other. The world card is also one door closes and another door opens. So it could be, yes, he likes you, but you may be finding someone who is more spiritually aligned with you than that person is. Does that make sense? So this could be, yeah, he likes you enough to kind of attempt to put out the olive branch or whatever that branch or leaf is. But then again, you could be finding someone who is more aligned with your feelings, your wants, needs, dreams, and desires. So it could be a win-win. And if you haven't subscribed already, if you wouldn't mind please doing so, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So is there anyone else that would like a reading? I believe we had Victoria. Tracy. Yes, yes, anything, spirit. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so Tracy, um, the first thing I want to ask, and this may be a little personal, and if it is, you can tell me that it's none of my business. Um, but did you have someone who just recently passed? Because I keep hearing a prayer, and it's almost like a prayer that would be used not in a church like Sunday service, but a prayer that would be used in a funeral service. Um, I'm also feeling a heaviness in my upper chest, kind of near my. Oh, I wish I had a graph of a body here. I have this heavy feeling in my chest, but not, but above, kind of like closer to my throat. It's almost like if someone had a tracheotomy line put in, and I kind of feel it down into that, when they put the trach in, they cut a hole in your throat right there, and they put it down into so you're able to kind of breathe. And then there's also this pain kind of like on the back side of my head. So it almost feels like one kind of thing led to the other kind of thing, right? Something happens, I fall, I hit my head, I'm knocked unconscious or whatever. I'm not breathing. They put this trach thing or something down my throat to kind of help me breathe. And then there's that. And it's very difficult to breathe. It's very difficult to inhale deeply. Um, yeah, there's this feeling of when I inhale deeply, it kind of burns. Just yeah. So, did she have any type of breathing tube? It did not necessarily have to be a trach. What was there a breathing tube or a feeding tube? Because I can feel the tube. I can feel something being pushed down or pushed in, like down into my chest. Yeah, the feeling is just really weird. Um, there's the left side of my face, the hardness to breathe, the pain in the back of the head, and there's this very light um, feeling in my head. It's almost like things are coming in and out, like my vision. Like it's very hard to. The feeling is it being very hard to focus. My vision is very hard to focus. Things are coming in and out. Very hard to breathe. The back of my head, my left side of my face, my jaw. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. Hmm. There's a lot of cards too. um, yeah, it's not a very pleasant feeling, and I couldn't imagine someone going through that. The pain is the pain is very it's very there. You know what I'm saying? And the lungs, the back of the head, the side of the face, um, the vision not being um, all there. It's not a very um, pleasant feeling, and anyway. So I kind of feel with all of that that this would be her way of coming through for you. Almost everything that I said, you were yes with. So I kind of feel this is a way of her coming through for you, acknowledging that she's here, if that makes sense. All right. So back to what spirit wants you to know. So one, two major arcana cards. All right. So I kind of feel what spirit wants you to know is that this is a time of change for you, a time of transition, time of the ending of one chapter and the beginning of something fresh and something new. And with this something fresh and something new, I kind of feel like it's something that you have to be focused on or not get distracted from, because I think there may be a lot of people around you who are going to try to distract you from this new opportunity or this new change that's coming into your life, and it's going to be something that will very much want to be celebrated. Um, and there will be people who will try to distract you from that celebration, that time of happiness, that time of I'm gonna ask another question that may be a little too personal. um, I want to talk about children or birth? Because I'm feeling a little nauseous now. Um, oh, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. Um, I want to talk about um, children, or because I'm feeling really nauseous, and it's not a nauseous from the head thing. This is a different feeling now. It's a feeling of nauseousness. It's in my stomach, and I'm just feeling very ugh about it. Just ugh, you know? So there's a transition and a change coming. It's like one door closes, another door opens, and it's something that you're being guided to be very focused on and not to let people distract you. And it's something that's going to be celebratory. And so you're going to have to make sure that that you're going to be able to balance it, right? So a mother with three children, new opportunities coming in. You don't want to sacrifice this. You don't want to sacrifice that. You want to be just very much you want to be just very much balanced with the energy and what is to come. We have the full moon here. We also have the full moon at the end of the month. So between now and the end of the month could be a very could be a lot of change between now and the end of the month for you. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone older, someone more mature, someone who has lived life, and it's coming into a time of abundance and prosperity. So I don't know if there is a move here, or if you've been offered a position, more authority, more responsibilities, right, in this position. And even though it may seem like a good thing, there's also this need to give and take balance, right? Sacrifice something for the better of something else, if that makes sense. So I do feel like there are good things here. I do feel like there's transition coming in. I do feel like there's celebration here. I do feel like there are small wins along the way to that you're able to celebrate. But I also feel like that there's this sense that it that whatever this new opportunity is, it's going to take a little bit out of you. And so there's going to be this need for stability and balance, right? And there's going to have to be if you're going to do this, there isn't going to be enough time to do this. And if you're going to do that, there isn't going to be enough time to do that. So there's going to have to be this juggling, a lot more juggling than there's already been. Um, but is the change worth it? Right? Oh, cool. So will the change be worth it? And in the end, with the Queen of Pentacles, it says that it will. It says that it will. We have fertility here. We have newness. We have playfulness. We have abundant stability. We have balance. We have um, opportunity. We have change coming. We have one door closing, another door opening. We have stability and balance and celebration. And the only thing we have to look out for is being distracted by others, or people intentionally distracting you from doing what you need to do because maybe they get some sort of weird gratification out of it, or maybe they don't want to see you succeed, right? So you're going to be juggling a lot of different things coming up. Make sure you're taking physical care of yourself, and make sure you're taking emotional and mental care of yourself, because with a lot more responsibility comes a lot more drama. So you want to be at your in the second one, this one, or this one. um, so you're kind of get kind of stable and balanced with everything. Yes, you can have the cupcake or two or three, but make sure you're drinking your water, you're journaling, and you're having carrots for dinner. So, not spending a lot of time on the computer or on your cell phone. Make sure you're grounding, walking in nature, taking physical care of yourself. Um, yeah, don't let all of that distract you. It is not your fault that you're better than they are. No. It's not your fault that you're better than they are. So I hope that helps, Tracy. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. This one, this one, the balanced one. One eye open, trying to balance, keep everything stable. I'm also hearing the word chatty. Chatty, chatty, chatty. Talk, 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 talk. Chatty, chatty, chatty. Talk, 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 talk. Chatty, chatty, chatty. Be careful of those people as well. Careful of the people who want to talk, 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 chatty, 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 talk, 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 chatty, chatty, chatty. Look out for people who have ulterior motives. Yeah. All right. I'll leave you with that, Tracy. Thank you. Tracy, you can, I will put the link to my Facebook page in the description when I'm done with the video or the live, and you can find me at my Facebook page, and you can private message me there, and I would love to do a more in-depth reading for you. Ada, how does Gemini feel about me? Oh, my goodness. Well, the energy is all over the place, if that helps. Oh, that's not. Okay. So the Five of Cups is a loss. It's a sadness because of a loss. You're very much welcome, Tracy. Thank you. So Ada, the Five of Cups is a loss, and it's crying over that loss. And this is a feeling of sadness. It's a feeling of hopefulness, hopelessness. The positive side of the loss is that you recognize that you're able to be strong, but you're able to also be nurturing as well, right? So I kind of think what Gemini feels about you is, I think whatever it was, it's done. It's over. And this gives you a time to heal and a time to nurture yourself and a time to really step into your own strength and your own courage. Yeah. And I want to say as well that there isn't a need for you to carry any responsibilities or burdens here, right? What's done is done. And my suggestion to you would be just to allow it to be done, right? It was what it was, and now it's done. The lessons that you have learned is that you have the ability to be strong and courageous and to also be nurturing and loving. And you're under no responsibility or obligation to carry around any type of burdens from whatever this was and whatever it is. So I would say to you that it's time for you to kind of move on and be okay with that. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Because as I said before, when one door closes, another door opens. And if you're releasing those burdens that you've been carrying around, which you should be releasing those, then hearing from him is one thing, but continuing a relationship is something completely different. I've been divorced since 2008, and I hear from my ex all the time. We still talk to each other. That it doesn't mean that we have an established relationship with one another. It just means that, we're friends. And We don't have a relationship. We are acquaintances. We shared something. We no longer share that. We talk to one another, but we don't see each other. So he's my friend. He can be my friend, and that doesn't mean that we have to have a relationship. So I hope that helps. You're very welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Are they missing you at work? Hmm. Well, you're very much in your head about it. That one was just out. Are they missing you at work? I think that you're very much in your head about it. And I think that you hope that they're thinking about you at work. But I think that everyone else is kind of busy doing their own thing and trying to establish their own place or find their own place, if that makes sense. So I think that I don't think really that they do. I think that everybody is just trying to do their own thing, right? You're you're very much in your head about it, if they are or if they're not, but I think everybody's just trying to establish their own place and do their own thing. And I don't think anybody carries the responsibility of around of, oh, I wish you were here and how we miss you. And I think everybody's just trying to do their own thing and get through the day. So yeah, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of dreams and desires, and they're trying to work toward that. So that's what the cards say anyway. Wonderful. All right. So thank you guys so very much. It's been 2 hours. If you have not already subscribed, please do so. Please hit the notification button and share. I want to thank you all for being here. And until tomorrow, take care of you. Bye.